welcome to a new season of the Hard Hitting Wrestling Show. The WWE finished off with their draft. We're going to kick it off and we'll go over some things real quick. So, step by step, we're not in a rush. We'll start with SmackDown the way it started, right? The number one pick overall and was on SmackDown, Roman Reigns and Sikoa, with Paul Heyman. First round, guys, when you heard this right off the bat, what did you first think?
Figures.
It figures. Okay, that's it. It figures. What about you, Hector? What did you think? First thing on your mind, you popped out when they said Roman Reigns was the number one draft pick.
That he's going to hold this title for a very, very long time. You look at, once they decided to put him on SmackDown, which I think was predictable, I think they're going to make this reign go for longer than 1,000 days. Honestly, I think that's their goal with this.
I believe there's going to be 1,000 days, and there after that is like, all right, here we go. What storyline can we come up with and see who could really go head to head with Roman Reigns? I got a few ideas, but we'll revisit as to who should challenge Roman Reigns after we identify everyone in the draft. All right. But my first thing was, why not the Usos? Like, real quick, was Roman Reigns and Sikoa automatically first round pick. It wasn't just Roman Reigns alone. They had to put them together. Why couldn't they put the whole bloodline together? That was my initial thought. And then I thought maybe the Usos were going to go on Raw, right? But I was wrong. But again, we'll get to that real quick. All right, Cody Rhodes going to Raw. That was still part of round one. That was their first pick. Again, Frank, what do you think about this one?
I think that was a great pick. I would have thought Cody Rhodes would challenge Roman Reigns, but guess not.
Right,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think it makes a lot of sense to have him on Raw to challenge Seth Rollins for that top spot on Raw.
Yeah, but when you flirt about you were so close in defeating Roman Reigns, and then you try to get that rematch, but then Brock Lesnar cop blocked them to not get the title. It's almost like Cody Rhodes is filling Seth Rollins' shoes, because Seth Rollins has been trying to get back at Roman Reigns, but every time another superstar gets in the way. Now Brock Lesnar gets in Cody Rhodes' way. We're going to find out when we make our prediction as to what is his fate going in to this Saturday. But I just feel like it's a step back for Cody Rhodes. It's like, okay, you're not going to get the undisputed title. All right. On SmackDown, Bianca Belair, current Raw Women's Champion. She has a match this weekend, and once again, we'll talk about that later. But I was surprised that she went over on SmackDown.
Yeah, I was too. In a way, I do like it because it's a change of scenery here for her. But here we go again with the women champions being swapped again. So
Becky Lynch and Charlotte did it last year.
Yeah, so I'm not a big fan of this, but in a way, it is good for Bianca to change things up.
Right. It'll be nice. Rhea Ripley does got a match this weekend in Puerto Rico against Zelina Vega. It'll be awesome to see if Vega pull up an upset, but it just, again, like, we're going to see this transfer of belts, knowing that we want that dream match between Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley, but it's not going to happen. All right, Becky Lynch going to Raw. First thing I thought is that Seth Rollins is going to be on Raw too. That's all I thought about on this one.
Yeah. Same here. Go ahead, Hector.
No, I agree. Same thing, because it makes sense that they're trying to keep real life couples together,
Right.
So
absolutely,
I agree.
There's nothing really big to talk about Becky Lynch, right? Like, she's not going for a championship right now. She got her own storyline to finish, right? The Street Profits, I knew they were going over there because of Bianca Belair, so they're moving over to SmackDown. Former two-time champs. But again, it's like, how are they going to deal with the tag team championships, knowing that Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn both are the undisputed tag team titles? Are they going to split those tag team titles? That is the question.
They're gonna have to figure something out, with those titles, because both brands have tag team titles, so they're gonna have to figure something out with that. But on this,
I feel like they're gonna relinquish the SmackDown tag team titles. I got a feeling that's gonna happen.
I mean, I was hoping for them to get split up finally.
What, them two?
Oh yeah.
Did you notice that all the tag teams really never did split up? They all moved together.
They all moved together. Yes, it did.
Yeah. So that theory about possibilities, well, there was no possibilities whatsoever.
No.
All right, look at them. The Imperium all moving to Raw. The trio sticking together. And I kind of like this move because once I seen this happen, I said the United States Championship belt is going to SmackDown. Yep. And indeed, later on, finding out that did happen. Edge. I thought this guy was going to retire. I don't even know why he's on the roster. I would prefer him as a free agent because it's not like he's coming on the show every week. And I think this is a bust for SmackDown, to be honest with you. Unless they're holding on to SummerSlam, that's, it's coming up in a couple of months, right? But I still think this was a bust for SmackDown.
Yeah, I think this was a waste of a pick, honestly. I'm not a big fan of it. And I think they're just trying to get him away from the big spotlight because he wasn't really doing much on Raw anyway. So let's just, if they're going to keep him on the roster, put him on SmackDown and we'll figure something out, I guess. I don't like it.
But what's he going to do on SmackDown? Nothing.
It's not like he could go for a belt because Roman Reigns got it. You know what I mean? Unless, is he going to go after Austin Theory and go for the U.S. title? We'll see. But Matt Riddle staying on Raw. It's exciting. I mean, he is coming back right after WrestleMania. Hopefully that his therapy works, even though he's still parting his ways and hanging out with guys that are under the influence and everything else. But other than that, I mean, it is what it is. His ex, true story, his ex been blasting him on Twitter, trying to find ways to get him fired from WWE, but it's just not working, man. She's just jealous because he's putting the pipe on somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is. What's up?
I think it's a good thing he stays on Raw. I like it. It gives him an opportunity to go for that championship title.
He can't close getting that Intercontinental Championship when AJ Styles was a champ.
Yeah.
Could he get that opportunity again? I don't know. Bobby Lashley going on SmackDown. That was a surprise for me.
That was a good one. I like it. I do like it. I think it gives him an opportunity to try to go after Roman Reigns again.
I'm glad you mentioned that. Only 2 times in their career they had a singles match, and they both are even one-on-one. Now, there are other matches, if you want to include the triple threat matches and everything else. Bobby Lashley has lost them all, right? But one-on-one, I think they need to settle a score for a tiebreaker. Don't be surprised if they give Bobby Lashley the push to go after Roman Reigns. If anything, if it's not now, that means they're saving up for later, and he might be the one to dethrone the Roman Reigns.
But what if they want to set things up against him and Edge first?
Bobby Lashley versus Edge?
Yes.
I kind of like that idea. I'm all for it.
Because, that would be something new for Edge, something different for Bobby. You're going to have to, they just can't be jumped in there and go after Roman. They got to chase him. Build
that storyline up and elevate him so he'll be right there next to him. Absolutely. Yeah. All right. Drew McIntyre moving on to Raw. Frank, do you like this?
I'm okay with it. Nothing too crazy. Again, I think Raw's, given the fact that the title now, that new titles would be on Raw, it gives Drew now a chance to go for it also. So you're going to build that roster up.
Right. And you know what? There's rumors about him being involved in the Money in the Bank briefcase, right? which is happening overseas. I think it's in Europe. I think the next that pay-per-view event, and him being in Raw, pretty much there's nothing going for him on SmackDown, right? And I think he already lost to Roman Reigns, so there's really no opportunity. But he might have an opportunity to go after the belt, the brand new WWE Heavyweight Championship belt.
Unless it goes back to what you're saying, that he's going to continue chasing down Gunther for that Intercontinental title.
That's I like how you said that, because somebody else is not going for an Intercontinental Championship, but we'll discuss Sheamus later. But the OCs are back, baby. AJ Styles, Mitchell, Carl Anderson, and Luke Gallows, they're back. AJ Styles back healthy during the house show. AJ Styles got injured, so he was out for a while, and now that he's back, the whole team is back. This is another thing, man. AJ Styles could go back and chase Roman Reigns too. I mean, this guy's a former world champion. Let's not forget that.
I like it better if they go after the LWO.
Save the LWO for later, man, because I'm really disappointed how the LWO is, because the LWO is looking weaker than back in the Attitude Era, man. Like, yo, we just show up and lose. What kind of BS is that?
No, that's true. I mean, but then you still got the Brawling Brutes there too. So I mean,
the Brawling Brutes are back. Yes.
So I mean, there is factions that can take place here on SmackDown.
There's a lot of tag team divisions going on in SmackDown. Yes, absolutely.
But I like this group right here to be the heel. I like it like that. I think they should be the heel.
But they don't seem like the heel, because everyone loves AJ Styles and the OCs, man.
Yeah,
like,
but they could turn on a dime.
When they approach and then they beat up the Viking Raiders, which again, I'm already salty with the Viking Raiders. I mean, I don't know how much repackaging can you do to a tag team, and yet they have the same result.
No, when you named after two NFL teams, it doesn't work.
No. The Miz, the best mid-card superstar in the WWE history, is still on Raw, which made sense because he has a show on the USA Network.
Correct. Yeah.
Correct. All right, Damage Control, moving over to SmackDown. I did not like this pick because Bianca Belair is on SmackDown. Am I going to see one of these three superstars chasing Bianca Belair for the championship? Yeah. We just saw that on Raw, but now we're going to revisit that on SmackDown.
Yes, you will. Why not?
Not liking it.
I don't either, but I'm kind of over Bailey, so I kind of broke up with her.
You broke up with Bailey? Oh, yeah, fine. Yeah. Okay.
I like it because, I mean, it gives Raw the chance to start developing these new talent that they're coming over onto the roster, you know, and again, it gives Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler a different taste of, you know, a different night, you know, of wrestling instead of just SmackDown on Friday night. So, you know, even though I would like to see Ronda go up against Bianca one-on-one, I think that'd be a great match. But I think I'm okay with this. I think Damage Control can continue chasing Bianca until they decide to find a way of getting that belt. And I think it'd be Hero to get that title. So,
well, as long as they're Damage Control,
yeah.
I think if anyone were to win a title, one's gonna get jealous of the other. I feel like that's gonna happen. Yeah. Shinsuke Nakamura is back, man. This time on Monday Night Raw. I like it. I learned a new thing, but then I forgot the language about small balls and stuff on the Miz. So, kind of hard to pronounce. Kind of hard to pronounce on that one. But Miz was so excited about it. But it's good that Shinsuke Nakamura has a good sense of humor and everything else, right?
Yeah.
But he is a 2018 Royal Rumble winner, a former two-time Intercontinental and United States champion. Let's see what he got. Maybe he's the one that gets the push for the championship. I like that one. So. I love his odds. Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, that NXT Tag Team Champions, which they got a match on NXT Depending on those circumstances, of course, they're gonna have to relinquish their titles if they win on their farewell, because May 6th is their first day that everyone goes to their respective brand. But I like this, man. Fresh people coming in, and let's see if they do them right. I want to see them do right. If Triple H says that there's gonna be a turn in WWE, all these changes and everything else, let's push these two superstars, man, because they deserve it.
Yeah, definitely. You know, you got more women coming up off the roster, and you know, time to maybe create new factions, create new friends, or whatever the case may be, to try to go after maybe they'll stay that way and go after the women's tag team championship.
Absolutely.
So we'll see.
Indy Hartwell, the NXT Women's Champion, going on Raw. I love this move. I'm thinking that she's gonna reunite with her boyfriend.
Yes, it makes total sense. It makes total sense. The silent killer, I call him, because he dead boy don't even talk.
Yeah, he don't. He don't, man. But he needs somebody because Johnny Gargano is injured. He won't be back for a while. So for Indy Hartwell, she could dive into a reuniting with her boyfriend or ex-boyfriend. I don't even know how to call him. Remember, he walked away from NXT and stuff. But hey, let's see what happens.
Her fling,
right? More stuff here on Raw. The Viking Raiders, Dexter Lumis, which we were just talking about. Candice LeRae, Maximum Male Models, Zoe Stark from NXT, JD McDonough. That dude, I like him. If he's heel going into Raw, watch out, because he could take over. Apollo Crews returns back to the main roster. Natalia's still there. Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green, both of them are pair. They'll be on Raw, and then on SmackDown you got the Hit Row and Lacey Evans. Look, Lacey, I'm just wondering what type of Lacey Evans we're gonna get. I mean, I don't know who she is anymore.
No,
I don't like the fact that with the draft, they still don't make things even. They still got Raw as the powerhouse show over SmackDown. To me, they're not doing anything to disseminate the roster to make it an even battle for supremacy between the two shows.
Because
Raw,
the show is only 2 hours long on Friday compared to Raw that's 3 hours long, and that's why they're putting more on the Raw side on the roster than SmackDown.
But that's not fair to
yeah,
SmackDown.
but you still need to have some power in SmackDown. And I'm sorry.
Oh, but whoa, hold on for a second though, because remember, we're gonna get to the list, but there's still a lot of free agencies out there, man, that they haven't chosen. So I see what you're getting at, but this is the first time that we including free agencies in this draft. Right? Like Almost is a free agent. First one to call him out was MVP, saying, nope, he ain't going to neither brand. We're just going to look at the competition first. So, again, the roster that you see here, it will be affected on May 8th, not May 6th, following WWE Backlash. All right, this is the picture of so far right now between the female superstars, SmackDown and Raw. But then we'll move in also. These ladies that you see in front of you are the rest of the roster, which we're going to be talking about on Monday Night Raw. And of course, it is Rhea Ripley, the current SmackDown Women's Champion, drafted to Raw. And again, like we discussed earlier, it's like after this weekend was not to say on Monday Night Raw that her and Bianca Belair, I said Rhea Ripley, will have to exchange belts. Could we see a match? Or could we see that little bogus thing that was happening between Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair?
Or could we just see new titles altogether so they don't have to exchange titles?
I think that's kind of impossible to do. I thought about it. It's impossible. Because even if Rhea loses that belt, if Bianca loses the belt still stays on SmackDown. Because Hero's over there. So...
Well, I guess we.
Well, Bianca Belair is not going to lose the title, but I will be surprised knowing that it's in Puerto Rico that Selena Vega get that one-hit wonder, like treat her like Rey Mysterio, right? Win, and then on Raw she just loses it again on a rematch.
Nah,
No, I don't. I don't think that's gonna happen.
How would you go on Raw and lose the SmackDown title? That just doesn't make sense.
I don't know. Well, let's see where Selena Vega's gonna be at.
That's what I'm saying. I think they both. I think that's why Rhea will just keep the belt and they just do the swap again. Had Damage Control been on Raw, then I can say that somebody or both of them will lose the belt.
All right. Well, let's see where she's at. Let's see. Ready? All right. Austin Theory, United States title, like we mentioned earlier. My prediction was right. That was gonna go right to SmackDown. I hate when they defeated John Cena at WrestleMania 39. He didn't win. The referee was knocked out. He tapped out.
Hey, a W is a W. Whichever way you get it, it's a win.
Seth freaking Rollins still on Raw. We mentioned that already. I think he is the face of WWE. I believe he's going to be in the finals for the new WWE Heavyweight Championship. You can't. I'm sorry. I don't think there's anyone right now that can actually interfere with this match of him getting in there. And I feel like it's almost like the same as the WWE Universal title. Remember, he went against Finn Balor. Finn Balor won and still had to relinquish the title because of his shoulder injury. Right?
Oh, there's somebody that can interfere.
Well, who you have in mind?
Brock Lesnar. He's a free agent. He's a free agent.
But so he's not an everyday. He's not an every week fighter.
I get it, but if
you're not going to see Brock Lesnar after this Saturday.
Okay, whatever. If it is him and Cody are not going to be done with this, and then if Cody and him goes after this title, Brock is going to intervene. I'm sorry, he is not going to sit back and watch these two go at it cleanly for the new heavyweight championship title. I'm sorry.
The story cannot. Well, let's put it this way. Well, I'm not even gonna walk into what's gonna probably happen with Lashley and Cody Rhodes just yet. But I see what you're saying. I feel like there's gonna be a certain individual that is gonna get that push, and we'll talk about that later. I'm in my head, I'm thinking about Baron Corbin. That's what I'm thinking of right now. He won his very first match in 2023. Probably about his first match in 2 years. He's won in a house show this past weekend. Could it be that finally he's gonna get a big push, because this guy's a company man. He's done everything what he's asked for. I got a feeling that this is gonna be his year.
It's a long shot.
Okay. I completely disagree with you on that one, but
fair enough. We're gonna talk about it. Don't worry about it. Charlotte Flair going on SmackDown. I like this move because that means whatever beef she had with Rhea Ripley is gonna stay away, and maybe she'll focus on Bianca Belair when she returns, or whoever's the current SmackDown champion. Round 2, Kevin Owens and Zayn on Raw. The Usos on SmackDown. So this could be the end of their rivalry this weekend. Judgment Day stays on Raw, and then the LWO. Everyone involved in LWO is going to be on SmackDown. Round 3, Morgan and Rodriguez, the NXT. Sorry, the Women's Tag Team Champions on Raw. That's something I don't understand why they have to. They're the champions. They're going to have to bounce back and forth because there's only one championship belts.
But maybe that's just to solidify if they lose it.
Right, their brand is Raw, so if they lose it, whether they lose it on SmackDown or NXT or wherever else you want to put them, they go back to Raw. I think that's what that is. Okay. Regardless of where they lose it at, they belong to Raw.
Yes.
Asuka's going to SmackDown. I'm questioning that because of the fact that she already had her battle with Bianca Belair, right? And she lost. So why not have her against Rhea Ripley? I would have liked that. I would have loved that battle. The New Day is going on Raw, and then the Brawling Brutes are going on SmackDown. And then Trish Stratus being drafted to Raw. Now, did I miss something here? I mean, is she's going to stick around as another career for her, or is it just I don't know, a feeling. I don't understand what's the status on Trish Stratus.
I mean, I read a while back ago about her coming back, but she didn't want to make it like forever, like super long. So I don't know, man. To me, I found that like, why are you even drafting a Hall of Famer into one of the shows?
I
The
would have
way I
kept him
see
as a
it,
free agent.
you keep him as a free agent. I can understand Rey Mysterio because he's been an active wrestler. I don't even agree with him being in the Hall of Fame yet, but whatever. That's something totally different. But she hasn't been an active wrestler in years. She just became active again because of whatever push they want to give whoever. You know what? Great. You're a Hall of Famer. Go sit your ass at home. I love seeing you on TV. If you were half naked, even better. But you know what? Go home.
I think what it is that for Rey Mysterio, being that the WrestleMania was in California, and that's his home state, you know what I mean? I think that's probably why they did it, and it threw everybody off because we were thinking about The Rock, John Cena, all these big timers being in Hollywood, you know. So I don't think I don't disagree because Rey Mysterio was eventually gonna make it to the Hall of Fame, you know. I know we're used to sports. NFL, NBA, MLB, when they retire, you wait 5 years to be eligible for the Hall of Fame. But just remember, this is about sports entertainment. Kind of different there.
I get it, but you're still active.
Right. Karrion Kross moving on to SmackDown. I like this move. I still think that the hourglass should be ticking for Roman Reigns. I think he should revisit that. Whether he'd be successful or not, I don't know because he's been looking like a scrub lately, especially when he was, matching up with Rey Mysterio. Ronda Rousey, Shayna Baszler on Raw. LA Knight moving to SmackDown. I think this is a great move, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think so too. I think this is going to start giving him the push that he really needs. He's starting to seem like a crowd favorite all of a sudden. So,
oh yeah, yeah. Let me talk to you.
and I'm digging it. I'm digging it. So
hey, we can talk. What's up with this?
No.
Cody Rhodes says, "What you want to talk about?" And he's going, "Let me talk to you."
Because
Them two should have a match.
Night.
Yes, I'm loving it. I liked his gimmick when he was in NXT. So I'm good that finally they're doing justice for him. Ricochet and Braun Strowman. I thought this was going to be temporary, but I guess it's legit that they're both going to remain as tag teams. And then Shotzi going on SmackDown. I just wish she would get that push, man, because she's better than what she portrays to be. Bronson Reed on Raw. I got nothing for that guy, man. He's just a new guy coming up. Re-signed with the W after he was released. I'm glad he's back, though.
It gives them options on Raw to go up against different superstars now.
Right,
so.
And then this team right here, they're pretty deadly. Now, I'm a little, they're good, you know what I mean? But I gotta see how this plays out with them, Elton Prince and Kit Wilson. I'd rather see them go against like the Hit Row. I like that. Start off with the Hit Row. What do y'all think?
I think they start with Street Profits.
Wow. I have no idea who these guys are.
Well, they got promoted from NXT, so
right, I know
they're
that.
the two-time NXT Tag Team Champions. They're pretty good, man.
And there was a little storyline with the New Day when New Day was down in NXT. So.
Right, I think that's because they were successful.
Yeah,
that's why they're getting the call up there. And now we're talking about what happened after Raw. Akira Tozawa, Garza, and Humberto, Dana Brooks, Emma, Indus Sher, Johnny Gargano, Nikki Cross, Odyssey Jones, Piper Niven, Riddick Moss, Tegan Knox, and Zia Lee are all on Raw. For SmackDown, Grayson Waller, that's a big one for me.
That's a big name,
moving over to SmackDown, and Tamina, which is okay. That's a name, but she hasn't been around.
Yeah.
Right. Maybe will she be introduced to the family, to the bloodline?
Maybe.
I mean, the OC's got a woman.
Yep.
Could the bloodline have a woman?
They're going to need it if they run into the OCs.
Yep.
And then free agents, Baron Corbin, Shelton Benjamin, and Cedric Alexander, Elias, and Zion Quinn, excuse me. So they're all free agents right now. And you can add Omos to the list because they announced that at the very beginning.
Mhm.
Um, let's see what happens, man. I think a lot has to do with who's going to be involved in the tournament for the WWE Heavyweight Championship and see how that goes. But I'm really leaning on Baron Corbin moving over to Raw and see if he can take that title. I just don't see him doing anything on SmackDown right now. I think he has more leeway on Raw than SmackDown because of one, the short staff that they have, and the fact that it gives them an opportunity to get some matches in there.
Okay, hold on. You're talking about Raw short staffed?
No, SmackDown's shorter
Okay, okay,
roster
okay.
than Raw. It gives
Right, right, right,
Baron
right.
Corbin more opportunity, but we'll see. We'll see on that one.
Yeah,
I
I
don't know.
mean,
I don't see him doing much. I mean, he hasn't done much in 2 years.
Well, that's the thing.
So,
He's been like doing whatever the company needs him to do. And he's been, remember, he changed his name right after he became a bum. Then all of a sudden he hit the jackpot. He was Happy Corbin. He wasn't successful when he had a manager, JBL. And then now his name is back to Baron Corbin. And for whatever reason, remember, he was in Paris this weekend. All the fans stood up for Baron Corbin. All the fans stood up for him. That tells you something. Finally, he got a
yeah,
win, and the whole crowd stood up in a standing ovation. There's not one person that was sitting down applauding him. And I don't know if he broke character or what, but he went on top of the ropes and he was just clapping his hand and thanking the whole crowd when he left. So I'm
could
digging
it
it.
could it be a changing of the guard that they turn him face?
He deserves it, man. Like I'm
Because
saying,
then you could put him against Bronson Reed, or you could put him against The Miz. You see,
hmm
and we could see the true Baron Corbin, what like the lone wolf that we used to see, and then maybe down the line give him a shot at Gunther. Yeah, I think that'd be a great matchup. You see,
remember, he was a former United States champion.
yes, yeah,
He is the Money in the Bank winner, but he lost it because of John Cena.
mm-hmm,
And the fact that he is the Andre the Giant winner.
mm-hmm.
So it's not like he was just a scrub out there. So that's what I'm saying. Then I was right when he was the King of the Ring winner. The only one I picked him, and I was right.
Yeah.
That's the only time I was right on the King of the Ring tournament. But all the other ones, man, I'm like, how the hell did they become king?
I know because I had Ricochet and Corbin beat him.
Yeah. Oh man, that went down to the wire. That
Yeah.
was actually that was our first year of our podcast. So, all right, that's changing our guards here real quick, and let's talk about the championship belt for one. How you like that look in the first place?
I think it brings it's. I to me, it's like an old style look, and when you really look at it, right, you have the WWE in there. You have the circle on the WWE, which represents the WWE spinner. All right, so I think it's just a combination of different titles, in my opinion. But I like the look. I dig it.
It always remind me the current intercontinental championship. Just a little designs, just a little different.
I like it. I mean,
I like it. I mean, it's shiny.
because as fans of wrestling, of sports entertainment, I hear a lot of negativity. But see,
hmm
it's so easy to be negative about something. But are you trying to come up with a solution on how the belt should look? No, you just being negative about the idea. You know what? In my opinion, yeah, all of them may look all the same to a certain degree. But is there any other way we could design these belts? To me, the only one that kind of stands out is the United States title, and I do not like that look. It looks too square for me. But overall, I think this one looks nice. I mean, this is different. Um, but as a fan, I don't think I still think that what Roman Reigns is holding is still going to be the true WWE title.
This belt right here. This is my favorite. I like this belt right here, and I know like the spinner and everything else, but I like it how because this is the United States champion. It has the American flag in the back. It's not that fancy looking with the eagle. I mean, this has pride. You know what I mean? And you have it right here, United States champion and everything else with the logo here. And it's all about the flag. It ain't about like that big old beast of belt, like you said, square looking like, you know what I mean? Because our flag waves. So um, but you're right. That this is about pretty much the first belt that I purchased, right? Because it has a lot of meaning. It really does. So, but I got you, man. I got you totally. But I like this belt. I like it. And my prediction to y'all is who's your final two superstars that you think that now that we went through all the what's that called? We went
The
through the
roster.
roster, right? The WWE draft. Who do you think are the two superstars to go after that belt?
Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it's going to be Cody versus Seth. It just doesn't make any sense if you put any other superstar besides those two in there.
It doesn't.
It doesn't. Because if you put somebody like Drew McIntyre in there, you're going to throw it all off. Because you're talking about one person who says he has to finish the story, and then you got someone who says, "Hey, Roman, you never beat me, so I should have a legit chance at a title," knowing that he was in the finals for the Universal Championship back 2016 when that title first came in existence. So it just to me makes sense that these two are in it.
How about I'm going back to what you said earlier in the show that Brock Lesnar is not going to be finished with Cody Rhodes. Therefore, Seth Rollins squeezes in to be one of the finals. Why not have a rematch with Finn Balor and Seth Rollins?
I can't
You're
even say
looking at
what
Rhea
you're saying.
Ripley as the women's champion. If Finn Balor was to win that title, let's suppose,
Okay.
would you not think that Damian Priest and Dominic Mysterio would try to chase for those tag team titles?
Then yes, then that would make sense because now Judgment Day is going to be that faction to run Monday Night Raw, which makes perfect sense. Yeah, I can see that point right there.
But
I hope you're wrong on that point.
hey, but you know what? What makes sense is not going to happen. It's not
But
happening.
why not? But why not Finn Balor chase Seth Rollins if he was to win that belt, knowing that those two were the last two? For the
Well,
Universal
remind you,
title?
Cody Rhodes. I think he was. Is he 3 or 4-0 against Seth Rollins?
I think he's like
He's
3-0.
3-0, right?
But as long as Brock is in the picture, Cody, that's going to be his roadblock. That's going to be Cody Rhodes' roadblock from getting to that title. So that gives Finn Balor the opportunity and Judgment Day to wreak havoc in hell on to Seth Rollins.
I was thinking Cody Rhodes versus Gunther because of the fact that Cody Rhodes is famous for keeping that Intercontinental Championship legit. You know what I mean? And I no disrespect to The Miz, he did the same as well. But Cody Rhodes was more of a champion than The Miz, to be honest with you. You know, just because that was the gimmick and he did what he had to do. But I like it. But hey, keep this in mind. Today, we made our prediction who's going to be the final two. So I'm gonna save this, baby. I'm gonna save it. But hey, moving on to the next. Moving on to WrestleMania Backlash, and it's happening this weekend, May 6th. That's right, the day after Cinco de Mayo. And what better than celebrating it over there in Puerto Rico? La Boricua's on fire, baby. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Too bad it wasn't in Cuba. I'm sorry, Frank. But Bad Bunny's going to be hosting it and everything else. Who knows? He probably perform his music and stuff And then, imagine all the reggaeton stars be over there, with Bad Bunny chilling. Which I got this fantasy going on, like the game, right? WWE 2K. But we'll talk about that more in just a bit. But we'll start off with the first match, man, and that is Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar. And again, the American Nightmare is on a collision course against the Beast. Who wins? How? Let me hear it. Let's go. We're gonna go back. Heck, Frank, myself. Let's go, Frank. I'm sorry. Let's go, Heck. Let's do this.
Brock Lesnar with the F5, baby. 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Cody Rhodes is gonna pull it out of nowhere. Where, I don't know, but he's gonna pull this one out.
There's a reason why this is WrestleMania Backlash, and things didn't turn out to be right for Cody Rhodes against Roman Reigns. But I still think that Paul Heyman has something to do with Brock Lesnar going over there and doing something to Cody Rhodes. Because I don't think the story is going to end, I think Cody Rhodes is going to win.
All right. I'll stick by myself on this one.
All right.
Yeah. An F5 for you. An F5 for you.
An F5 for you. All right. Moving on to the next match. The undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn will join forces with Matt Riddle against the Usos and Solo Sikoa.
I like Kevin, Sammy, and Riddle. The brothers, the bloodline, they're on a collision course just to be dismantling themselves. They got too many emotions going on with themselves within the group.
Within themselves, right?
Yeah, they do.
Okay.
So
Frank,
I agree with Hector, man. I think the bloodline is just, they're all over the place. They don't know who's who anymore. Who's with Roman, who's not with Roman. So I'm gonna go with Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, and this guy Riddle.
Matt Riddle, yes.
Yes.
So I'll pick the tag team champs. I don't think they're going to lose the. First, it's not for the titles anyway, but I'm gonna go for them, man, because the fact that the story is not even about them anymore. It's about what would have happened with Solo Sikoa. What was supposed to happen? Why did he get sent to the ring? Now, of course, Matt Riddle intercepted and dealt with Solo. But what was Solo's purpose? What was he supposed to do when he got the word to go to the ring? Paul Heyman received the call from Roman Reigns. Paul Heyman said, "Hey, it's time. It's your time to shine." And he went over there. What was he going to do? Was he going to attack his own brothers?
it's possible.
I'm just saying, that's an unsolved mystery waiting to be solved, and it's going to happen this weekend. I got a feeling Solo's going to turn on his brothers.
Yeah, it's possible.
All right, here we go. Yes, Zelina Vega is determined to honor her Puerto Rican heritage, which she challenges Rhea Ripley for the SmackDown Women's Championship in Puerto Rico at WWE Backlash.
Too much hype, with her family being there, being in the hometown and everything. It's just too much hype for me. I got Rhea Ripley winning this match. She just won this title. She's on a high right now, so she's not relinquishing that title.
Yeah, this title's not going to change hands, regardless. Let's say Zelina Vega wins, it's going to be some type of DQ or something if they want her to win in Puerto Rico. But that title would not change hands.
Right.
I think Ripley's going to win regardless, but
I was wishing that the LWO increase in the numbers. Maybe Carlito will show up and spit people with his apple or something. But I doubt that's going to happen. I do see Rey Mysterio and Dominic going at it outside the ring. Maybe they get kicked out or something. But Rhea Ripley is just too much to handle. And there's not a winning streak for Selena at this point, right? So, yeah. Rhea Ripley definitely is going to win this match. Moving on to the other side is for the championship. It'll be Raw Women's Champion Bianca Belair putting her title on the line against Io Sky.
if this was the old Io Sky from NXT, then I would say her. But Bianca's on a whole different level right now. She is just on a hot streak right now, going into SmackDown. So I think she's going to pick up this win. Damage Control is damaging themselves within the core there. So, and I think before you know it, Io's going to wind up, you know what, enough is enough here. I can do this by myself. But right now, for now, give me Bianca. She is the EST.
All right.
I agree with Hector there to be EST, man. I don't see, again, this title changing just because of the whole draft stuff. I just don't see it.
All right. I got Bianca Belair as well. Moving on to, Bobby Lashley and Bronson Reed are set to challenge Austin Theory in a triple threat match for the United States Championship.
Give me Austin Theory. He has no reason to be in this ring with these two guys who hate each other right now. So he's just thrown in the mix. He walks away still champion.
Yeah. As long as I can't stand up Austin Theory, he's going to be the face one day. And I just don't see him losing. He's smart. He's going to let these two go at it all night long. And he's just going to sit back and watch.
This is going to be good for Austin Theory to be the champion on a brand, the same brand as Roman Reigns. And believe me, Austin Theory's been he's been chatty. He's been chatty. And he's been trying to cash in that Money in the Bank against Roman Reigns and never was succeeded, right? Never succeeded on that. But the only person that's odd in this picture is Bronson Reed because he's on Raw. Other than that, if there was anyone to win, it was Bobby Lashley because he's on SmackDown. But I got Austin Theory winning this match. I really do. I just don't see it. Don't see it. Oops, sorry. Here we go. Moving on to the next. We have Seth Rollins versus Omos. I'm still scratching my head as to why this is a match, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I'm going with Seth Rollins. He'll find a way of winning this match. It's not going to be an easy task because he's outsized, outpowered, but he's smart in the ring, so he'll figure out how to win this match. I'm going with Seth.
All right.
I agree. I'm going with Seth 100%. Almost, I think, in his past couple matches or pay-per-views, I don't think he's won. So, what makes this any different?
I think they're going to prolong this match, to be honest with you. I don't like it, but it is what it is. I hope he gets curb stomped. But this is a hard task with Seth Rollins, though, man. I mean, you're talking about 7'4". Oh. But if Seth Rollins could beat Brock Lesnar, he could beat Omos.
Yeah, Brock had to end that fight pretty quick because he knew he was outsized.
It didn't take long to do. One F5 took him out.
Yep, one curb stomp could take him out.
All right, so we all agree on that one. And lastly, Damian Priest versus Bad Bunny.
I'm going for the Puerto Rican.
They're both Puerto Rican.
No shit, that's what he said.
Give me Bad Bunny. He's out for revenge.
You know what? I'm gonna take Bad Bunny, man. He's the bigger superstar in this.
Oh, I'm gonna prove y'all wrong. Damian Priest is bigger, man. Damian Priest is going to win this match, and I'll tell you why. They're going to cheat his way. They're going to cheat. That's how he wins, and he's gonna get the crowd riled up. I think the only time they're gonna applaud him is when he performs his music. That's it.
You think?
You can't look, man. He got lucky. Remember, the only time he won was with Damian Priest teaching him. He was his tag team partner versus The Miz. You remember that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and Johnny Morrison and WrestleMania. That was his moment. Dude, if Paul Logan, excuse me, can't win a match, you're gonna let Bad Bunny win? Really? Is that what we're talking about here?
Yes,
Come
sir.
on, man. I doubt it.
I think Bad Bunny will win.
Damian Priest said it best on Monday Night Raw. Va a romper la cara, una cocotazo, una chancleta y se acabó la cosa. That's it. That's a wrap, baby. I'm telling you. Y'all into that celebrity shit. And Hector, I'm surprised that you picked Bad Bunny because you of all people don't like celebrities being in those matches.
But it's in Puerto Rico, and he's
It's
gonna
in
have
Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico. Oh!
You got me
That's
fucking
Back in the old school
That's
stuff,
the only
man.
reason. If it was in New York, I give it to Damian Priest. If
Oh,
it was in
man.
Madison Square Garden, I give it to Priest. Yeah.
Oh man, you sure about that? Because Bad Bunny's he everywhere though. He is. Yeah.
Maybe Pitbull come on, Mr. 305 to help him out.
Mr. 305.
That'll give Frank a little something.
Yo, that'll have me fucking popping off my seat. What?